Akatsuki, who loves one-on-one battles, unexpectedly teamed up to fight. Sakura found it very strange. Facing such a formidable opponent, everyone had to be fully prepared. While Shikamaru was still formulating the battle plan, Naruto rushed in on his own. Pain confronted him head-on, causing Naruto to jump into the air. Immediately after, Kakuzu appeared behind Naruto and struck him down. Facing the continuous attacks from the Akatsuki organization, Naruto dodged and ran, successfully attracting the enemy's attention. Akimichi timely intervened to rescue him. After eating a small biscuit, Akimichi used his unique Baikano-jutsu and Nikudan Sensha, while Shino manipulated insects to disrupt Pain's movements and collaborated with Kiba to take him down. The other battles also went smoothly. Lee and Guy teamed up to engage Itachi and Kisame. Tenten and Neji fought against Haiden, and Sai and others also took turns attacking. It seemed like Pain and the others lost the will to continue fighting and retreated. After repelling the Akatsuki organization, Kakashi reported to Tsunade. The dead Akatsuki revived, which troubled them. Fortunately, they obtained a severed hand of Kakuzu for investigation. The young ninjas participating in the battle received praise from their parents, who also prepared to help them apply to become jonin. Only Naruto was alone, with no one to talk to. Sakura also had her troubles, as her parents publicly criticized her, hurting her self-esteem. Although Sai, like Naruto, had no parents, being a member of Root, he had different channels for promotion, and thus did not worry about it. It seemed that only Naruto could not find his own recommender. Watching other families happily together, Naruto felt the familiar sense of loneliness again. Facing the setting sun, looking at the Hokage rock of his father and the chakra image left by his parents, his heart was filled with envy and a deep longing for that warmth. Back home, he greeted as usual with a smile. "I'm back." But the house was still empty, only scattered clothes and trash around. He was used to it. Suddenly, he seemed to think of something. He found Iruka, whom he considered as family, and ate ramen together. He wanted Iruka to be his recommender for becoming a jonin, but Iruka refused, stating Naruto was still a genin and needed to become a chunin first. Naruto couldn't help but complain. If his father weren't the Hokage, if he had a relative to welcome him home, how nice that would be. Although Iruka sensed Naruto's mood was off, he said nothing because the fact of their parents' death could not be changed. Luckily, the delicious Ichiraku ramen was served, but lacking Naruto's favorite ingredients, he couldn't help feeling irritable and ran out. Then, Naruto encountered Sakura, who had run away from home in anger. The two chatted together. Sakura couldn't help but complain about her parents, wishing she had a more respectable pair. While discussing, Obito, disguised as Madara, suddenly appeared. Naruto immediately reacted, throwing a Rasengan, but Obito, unfazed due to the space-time abilities of his Sharingan, stood still. Sakura followed with a kick, which, though powerful, had no effect. Then, Obito threw a red, transparent sphere. When the sphere overlapped with the red moon, Rinnegan patterns appeared, followed by a blinding light shining on them before Obito disappeared. Seeing Obito's trace gone, the two asked passing Hinata and others about Madara's whereabouts, but they found out their comrades did not remember Madara, and their personalities had changed. First, Akamaru uncharacteristically attacked Kiba, and Hinata's personality became aggressive and bold, even threatening her beloved Naruto. Realizing something was wrong, they quickly fled. Then they encountered the Ino Shishika CCH trio, whose personalities had also altered. Shikamaru became gluttonous, Akimichi turned into a high-intelligence person, and Ino became a simple girl acting cute. More importantly, everyone was unaware of who Madara was. During the discussion, they learned that Sakura's father had become the deceased fourth Hokage. The world seemed to have turned upside down. Even Sasuke returned to the village, and he was dressed fashionably. Sakura and Naruto, wanting to gather more information, followed everyone to the bathhouse. Faced with everyone's abnormalities, Naruto was very helpless, and to make matters worse, Neji used his Byakugan to peep into the women's bathhouse. Luckily, Hinata, whose temper had grown, immediately wanted to confront Neji. However, unexpectedly, Lee suddenly fell from the rooftop into the women's changing room and ran out guiltily. The others caught up and surrounded Lee. Sakura tried to defend him but accidentally ripped his clothes, revealing that Lee was wearing Tenten's underwear. Everyone was collectively shocked. After these events, Naruto and Sakura began to suspect they were brought to another world by Obito, but with little information at hand, they felt it best to observe for now. However, it wasn't only their personalities that had changed. Their family circumstances had changed as well. Sakura returned to an empty house. There were no longer any photos of her parents on the walls. It seemed her parents had really become heroes, respected by everyone. Knowing this world was false, she immersed herself in a world of freedom. Meanwhile, Naruto returned home filled with anticipation. If Sakura's parents had become heroes, then his parents should still be alive. He excitedly opened the door, only to be greeted by an irritable aunt who quickly sent him flying out. The next day, Sakura woke up to find Sasuke outside her window, offering her a rose and showing special concern, which made her very happy. However, things were not going as well for Naruto, who had spent the night on a park bench and looked very unlucky. As the two walked together in the village, Sakura, being a descendant of heroes, was respected by everyone, a treatment she found very intriguing. Naruto couldn't help but remind Sakura that this world was an illusion, a genjutsu experiment by Obito called the Infinite Tsukuyomi. This world was like a reflection on the surface of a lake, created using the power of the tailed beasts. Although there were some distortions, Obito had his own plans. He projected himself into the illusionary world and found an ambitious, mysterious person to collaborate with. At this point, Naruto was trapped, but he could provide various plans. On the other hand, Naruto and Sakura were preparing to find Tsunade to gather more information, but just as they reached the door, they learned that the tailed beasts from the Land of Lightning had been stolen. Tsunade explained that a masked man was indiscriminately collecting various secret techniques and Kekigenkai, and despite being hunted by many, he remained uncaught. Even Jiraiya had been killed by him, but before dying, Jiraiya left a will, stating that the mysterious person could only be defeated with the sealing scroll, the Crimson Moon Scroll. Just then, two people arrived at the door, Naruto's parents, Minato and Kushina. Before Naruto could recover, Kushina punched him, her fiery red hair flaring like an octopus's tentacles. Minato then explained that Jiraiya had received a prophecy from Mount Maiboku that the mysterious man would be defeated by the Crimson Moon Scroll, which was hidden near the Land of Grass. Thus, Naruto decided to follow his parents to complete this mission. However, Naruto was not happy about their presence. To him, creating such false illusions was meaningless, and an insult to his real parents. Now he just wanted to escape this world. After returning home, Naruto ignored the illusionary parents, but unexpectedly, the temperamental Kushina smashed the door and threatened him to have dinner. After dinner, Naruto looked through a family album. Seeing his gentle-eyed mother and father, he suddenly realized his own existence's meaning and his longing for familial love. The photos showed them so happy and content, but deep down, he still struggled to accept it. Even the next day, he was unwilling to feel any emotion for these illusionary figures. As the group arrived near the Land of Grass, Naruto rashly ventured alone, but he encountered a seal left by Jiraiya. When someone passed through, the toads of Mount Maiboku would appear. Minato and others decided to force their way through, but a swarm of toads jumped out, surrounding them. These were the summoning beasts contracted with Jiraiya, so they refrained from using powerful ninjutsu. Escaping from the toads, Naruto rushed forward alone. Facing the toad's interception, he tried to enter Sage Mode, but failed due to the toad's interference, and he couldn't dodge the toad's venomous attack in mid-air. Unexpectedly, Kushina got injured trying to save him, which made Naruto reflect. Despite being mere illusions, they desperately tried to save him. With no other choice, Minato decided to act himself. He threw a kunai with the flying thunder god mark, then teleported to evade the attack. When the toads realized, Minato had already broken through the defense. As Jiraiya's disciple, Minato easily lifted Jiraiya's seal. Once the seal was lifted, the toads disappeared. Afterwards, Minato planned to lecture Naruto, but seeing his resistance, he simply gave him a slap. However, Minato did not continue to blame him, but merely explained the responsibilities of being a parent. Feeling embarrassed, Naruto finally gave in to the long-missed care and concern when Kushina hugged him. Returning to the village, Naruto was eager to separate from Sakura and unconsciously quickened his pace. He wanted to return home to the place where someone was waiting for him. Seeing the figures of his parents, he was about to cry, but he ended up smiling and saying, "I am back." Meanwhile, Sakura started having a hard time. The initial thrill of freedom had become mundane, and even her favorite fast food had lost its appeal. She began to understand Naruto's feelings. Out of sheer boredom, she walked the streets, and to her dismay, she saw Sasuke becoming a manipulator of girls' emotions. Her heart ached even more. She wanted to find Naruto, to quickly return to their world. But seeing Naruto content in a family reunion, she couldn't bear to disturb him. Perhaps this was the world Naruto longed for. Nevertheless, she met with Naruto, and at that moment, their minds were occupied with different thoughts. For Naruto, though this world was an illusion, it offered the familial love he desired. Sakura respected his perspective, and without much discussion, they went their separate ways. But they hadn't gone far when an explosion rocked Konohagakure no Sato. It turned out a mysterious person had arrived, summoning 9 beasts named after the Akatsuki codes, intending to seize the Crimson Moon Scroll from Tsunade. At the same time, the mysterious person activated a formation, rendering Minato and others who came to assist immobile, and also employed a mysterious attack that drained their chakra. The attacks thrown by Naruto and Sakura were ineffective. Sakura initiated a close-range attack, but was easily knocked down by the summoning beast. Naruto was besieged by several large summoning beasts, but fortunately, Minato rescued him in time. Meanwhile, Minato had already marked the Crimson Moon Scroll, and in a critical moment, he could transfer the scroll back. Unexpectedly, the mysterious person kidnapped Sakura as a threat, and before leaving, used a version of the Rasengan Shuriken that was even more powerful than the original, similar to Pain's Shinra Tensei, instantly destroying the entire Konohagakure no Sato. Afterward, Naruto suggested they quickly rescue Sakura, but Minato stated it was impossible. As ordinary people, they had things they couldn't abandon. Only then did Naruto realize how different his real parents were, and he couldn't help but recall Minato, who risked his life to thwart Obito's scheme, and ultimately to protect Naruto. He and Kushina paid with their lives. Inspired by them, Naruto was able to keep moving forward. At this moment, in this illusory world, while Naruto had gained a family, he had lost the hidden powers within him. Realizing this, Naruto decided to rescue Sakura. Facing opposition from Minato and Kushina, he boldly declared he was not from this world, and his real parents were the 4th Hokage and the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, who chose to sacrifice themselves to protect the village, and as their son, he too must carry on their legacy. Naruto rushed to the training cave to save Sakura, but Obito was just an illusionary projection, and his real opponent was this world's mysterious person. The mysterious person launched an attack, but Naruto suddenly felt slightly unwell, experiencing an unsettling sensation. The mysterious person used Kuchiyose no Jutsu, summoning a 9-faced beast for attack, but unexpectedly, Naruto was rescued by the Akatsuki organization, now a top mercenary group in this world. Their assault was fierce, easily subduing the 9-faced beast, and Itachi, with a cool demeanor, rescued Sakura. Seeing the shadowy state of Obito, he activated the Sharingan, as if he had everything under control. Obito, perhaps wary of Amaterasu's properties affecting reality, chose to retreat. Meanwhile, Naruto closely pursued the mysterious person into a room filled with mechanisms. The mysterious person took advantage of Naruto's diverted attention to launch a sneak attack, but Naruto quickly countered with Kagabunsen no Jutsu, using clones to distract, then switched to Sage Mode. However, the mysterious person easily caught Naruto's Sage Mode punch, throwing him onto a spike-covered floor. Fortunately, Naruto used mechanical puppets as a shield to escape harm. The mysterious person again used a shuriken copy, and Naruto launched a Rasengan Shuriken. As the two collided, the training cave exploded. At that moment, the restlessness inside Naruto intensified, clearly the agitation of Kurama. As the mask gradually fell off, the mysterious person revealed his true identity. He was this world's Naruto, named Menma, also possessing Kurama's chakra. The 9-faced beasts emitted red light, reconverging into his body. Subsequently, he even summoned the actual body of Kurama. Though the Akatsuki organization, skilled in hunting tailed beasts, was present, this exceeded their contractual scope, so they left with Sakura. Naruto had no choice but to face the battle alone, luring Kurama into an underground cave, then using Rasen Rengan. But under the roar of Kurama's real body, the clones gradually dissipated, and Naruto's attacks were effortlessly neutralized. Unable to control himself, he fell into the water. But in the next moment, the real Kurama became enraged, irked that Naruto couldn't defeat an imposter. Kurama reassured Naruto to use his power freely because he detested Madara and did not want to be trapped in an illusionary world. Once Naruto understood Kurama's intentions, he decisively unsealed him. As Kurama's power was released, the real Kurama appeared in front of Menma. The two Kuramas quickly entangled in battle, fighting fiercely without a clear winner, and began using the tailed beast ball to attack each other. The formidable firepower caused massive explosions, but the same moves did not harm each other. The two Kuramas then distanced themselves, sprinted at full speed, and collided head-on. The counterfeit could not match the real Kurama and was knocked off a cliff. However, Kurama's assistance to Naruto ended there, and both Naruto and a mysterious person passed out. When Naruto awakened, Menma was still unconscious, indicating a clear outcome. Unexpectedly, Obito had possessed Menma's body, waiting for the moment when Kurama's seal was weakest. Obito, controlling Menma's body, launched an attack. Naruto, already weakened, stood no chance against Obito. However, noticing the red moon, Naruto unsealed the Crimson Moon Scroll. Obito quickly acted, slashing the scroll with a kunai while his Sharingan met Naruto's eyes. Naruto then fell victim to a genjutsu. As Kurama's chakra began to leak from his body, Sakura appeared and stopped Obito. The two then engaged in combat. While Sakura occupied Obito, Naruto awakened again but had forgotten who he was. He inadvertently saw the Crimson Moon Scroll and recalled Jiraiya teaching him the Rasengan, remembering the times he trained with Jiraiya. With his memories restored, Naruto used a clone to save Sakura, who was sent flying, and then formed a Rasengan. His showdown with Obito resembled that of Minato from years past. Naruto extended a kunai and executed the Flying Thunder God technique level 2, smashing the Rasengan into Obito. Menma's body was too damaged to be used, but Obito, now a phantom, pulled out chains. Luckily, Minato and Kushina arrived in time. Although they knew Naruto was not their biological son, they always treated him as their own. Minato believed that the time spent together was genuine. At this point, Obito had no choice but to retreat. Minato and Kushina then met their real son, Menma. Afterwards, Naruto and Sakura's bodies emitted a white light. To Naruto, the people before him were not his biological parents, but he still felt moved by their familial love. Reluctantly, he prepared to leave. As he became dazed, Naruto and Sakura returned to their own world, back to the night they encountered Obito, as the illusionary world vanished along with Naruto's cloak. After reporting the incident to Tsunade and Kakashi, they prepared to go home. Sakura, encountering her parents who had once caused her grievances, couldn't help but tear up. Naruto, once again alone, looked at his father's Hokage rock, no longer fearing loneliness, but remembering the meaning of being a ninja. Reinvigorated, he smiled as he headed home, surprisingly greeted by Iruka. Feeling something was amiss with Naruto, Iruka, realizing his own approach might have been inappropriate, bought a cake and food to apologize to Naruto. Moved by the long-lost sensation of family warmth, Naruto could no longer hold back his emotions. As the next day dawned, Naruto appeared in the village, rejuvenated. Perhaps human emotions are indeed the best medicine for healing the heart. That's all for this episode. This is Tomato, and we'll see you next time with more exciting content.